Hey y'all, it's Trader Leaves, and today I am going to be doing an update on some Hoyas that I got from Plant Haven, Toronto that I ended up having to start over. So just for some context for y'all, I do just want to name that I won't say that the plants that I got from them had to be restarted because I got them in bad condition. They came in good condition. I just did not know how to manage the moss and like watering it. And then I discovered root rot on them after I had repotted them, essentially dry rot. I think either I wasn't keeping them moist, but some of them, as I looked back through like old footage, had dry rot already because I know that Hoya roots can go downhill very fast. So I think because they were like allowed to dry out completely, and like drying out in moss is very, very different than drying out in like soil, etc. Because moss, when it gets dry, it's crispy and it starts like leaching the water out of the roots. I essentially think that's what happened. But anywho, today I'm gonna be doing some checkups on the plants. And by checkups, I mean I wanna pot any of them with roots. I wanna put them into soil and get them out of my prop bin. I would like my prop bin to be empty for now so that I can use the space that it's in for other things like rehabbing, etc. And I'm also trying to shift away a little bit from like propagating my plants currently. So the things that are left in here are either like Hoyas that needed to be like rehabbed. I want it to be that kind of space, and these did need to be rehabbed, but I think they should be good now. So with that said, I'm gonna start off by just bringing it all down, and we can start off with the potsy that I have on the table. All right, so it's giving headless. But yeah, so this is the Hoya potsy that I had got from them. I will insert a clip, maybe on this side here, of what it was looking like when I first bought it. I do think it was like a longer plant, much more, it was nice. I chopped it up into multiple pieces. I think maybe one propagation didn't make it. Maybe I chopped it into 3 props. I can't remember. But we'll start with this one. I'm propping it in 2 different kinds of perlite because I had initially had them all in this this kind right here, but then I was on Reddit, and the people of Reddit will really tell you that everything you're doing is wrong. So I tried it in this one, but now I'm a little bit concerned because I'm like, I see the roots, but it just seems like they're like pushing through these giant rocks, which I know that they're not weak, but yeah, that said, I am going to put both of these together into this mix that I made here. This mix is cocoa husk. I'm saying cocoa husk because it was supposed to be cocoa chips, but it's really giving mostly husk with a speckle of chip, a smidgen, like the smidgen of cocoa coir, just to kind of like grab everything together and have like more moisture retention, some orchid bark, chunky perlite, and charcoal. Now it is moisture retentive. I said a smidge of coir, but that's because I use the husk, and I don't want it to, I want it to retain moisture, but I also don't want it to be overbearing. So now that I'm glued up, I'm gonna use this bin just to like catch everything. And I'm just gonna, because I don't really know what the best way, okay. And I don't really have to take the perlite off the roots, right? Because it's going into something that's gonna have perlite. But yeah, this has some pretty established roots. Wait, focus on the roots, girl, stop it. Yeah, so it's pretty established roots, and it's really latched onto that perlite, which is really cool. So I'm excited about those 2. Those are gonna do just fine, thank goodness. And let's see what we got here. So we do have roots, not quite as long in the like shorter one, but we do have some roots. I don't know if it's gonna be very clear because there's a lot of perlite on it. I don't really, yeah, there we go. So here's what it's looking like. So yeah, those are definitely ready to be potted up. This is the joke. I have a 4-inch pot, right? And I have these other smaller pots. Now, I know in technicality I could use the smaller pots, but I think because these have some decent rootage, not rootage, but you know what I'm saying, some decent roots on them, I am gonna go up a little bit. I don't think it will kill them for them to be started in a pot, in a 4-inch pot, after having some roots on them. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. And just for like safety, I'll try to make sure that like the chunky bits are on the bottom. I saw someone say that they like line all their pots, but they do grow in no drainage, so it's a little different. But I've also seen people that do grow in drainage that like line the bottom of their pots with leca. I might try that. I also want to say, when I first got into plants, I did grow my snake plant and it did well in no drainage. There's certain things that, like, as I got more into the hobby and was learning more and started switching up my like how I do stuff. Oh, I'm getting stuff everywhere. But yeah, there are things that I learned that I think didn't, like, that's just what worked for those people, and then they believe that because it worked for them that has to be the only way to do it. Because when I was growing my snake plant in no drainage, it was fine. And then, like, when I started growing it in drainage and being a little bit more like, I got like a little too into, like, I started listening to them too much. Snake plants do like water. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, watering it never is not a good idea. Obviously, overwatering it is also not a good idea. So this is what this one is gonna be looking like for now. Make sure everything is in there. Yeah, and then I'll water this in. So it might seem like it's a big pot, but I believe in it. I believe in it. And I will say that's also something I'm moving a little bit away from as well, is like the size of pot. I think you just gotta believe, you just gotta know your conditions and go with the vibe. I do think that will help too, because in the beginning, they're coming from a place where they were consistently moist. So it'll help it to stay moist for longer, etc. As it adjusts. Let's get the next one out. This one is a little bit of a scary update. So this is supposed to be my Crassipediolata Splash. It is yellowing. It is very much so yellowing. This one here, I don't think is gonna make it. It has some roots on it. Oh, that just rotted away. Just kidding. Yeah, so this one is for the birds. Let's actually grab this up. So the reason I say this is for the birds is that it rotted. You can see the leaves are also yellowing significantly. Yeah, and this looks like a place where it was cut multiple times and kept trying to reshoot, etc. It's just tired, I think. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get the rest of this out. So I see this one here has like one good root. I'm hoping that this also has a good root. Yes. Is it rotted? Oh my God, wait. This one actually rotted. I don't understand. This one has one good root. So this is gonna be one that I actually put into a cup. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna just use the cup because I don't have a lot. And I want to take it out of the prop box. I want it to come out. I'm looking to see if it wants to do something. I think this needs to just be cut off. All right. Boom. So it'll just be in this cup and I'll water it in. I'm gonna water them all in together at the end. But yeah, cool. So that's two of those down. And yes, we unfortunately lost some of the Crassipediolata Splash, but I'm really hoping that it comes back, like truly, genuinely. So next what I have here is the Hoya fitchii. Yeah, I see one of these leaves is cooked. Also looks like it could be pest damage, but it's been in that bin. So I'm pretty sure this must be old damage. I am going to snip that off. I stays with the scissors. I don't keep anything that is an ugly leaf. I can't. So took that off. And now let's check out the roots. Oh, one just fell out. That's great. That is wonderful. We're just gonna see. Give it a gentle tug. Okay, these are good roots, so I'm gonna put that in there. This is holding on to a lot of perlite. I don't know if they're all gonna be good. Okay, so these are decent. These are decent. Oh, thank goodness. So this is what we have here. Yeah, this might also be one that benefits from a cup. or maybe from going in the smaller one, because they don't really have a ton of roots. So I might put it in a cup actually. And all of these that are going in the cups transparently will not have any cover pot. They're just gonna live on my shelf. You know, more power to them. But yeah, so just put those in there. Okay, but this is good. So far, everything has been able to come out. I actually was a little bit I still am, because I mean, we're not done. A little bit nervous that some of them are just truly not like, just not rooting at all. Which, like, if I'm being honest, would be kind of frustrating. Because I don't know what happened. Okay, this one, I don't know how I'm gonna get this to stay. I think I just have to like, yeah, I do think I actually, all right, I think that's good. Maybe I'll turn it this way. Cool, so that's this fitchii. Come on, focus. Yeah, that's the fitchii right here. I only lost one leaf, so this one is doing decent enough. This next one, let me do the tug test because I only recently started propagating this one. I'll also say that during this journey, wow, why did I just start yelling? But during this journey of like propagating in perlite, because it was my first time, this is the Rosita, by the way. So it was looking fine and then it wasn't. I don't know if it was the lighting I was giving it. I have no clue. So this literally just has like the littlest itty bittiest bit of roots, but I am gonna put it in a cup. So I don't want to leave it in there for so long. Yeah, these plastic cups come in handy, man. But yeah, so that is Miss Rosita now. She'll just stand tall and hold her ground, hopefully. I don't know how she ended up to the side, but she did, and that's where she'll remain. The next update, this one I'm a little bit fearful. This is the Hoya and, okay, the back of this looks crazy. Yeah, I might chop that leaf actually too. Let me just, yeah, I'm gonna chop this leaf and then I'm gonna treat, well, let's not chop it until we check the roots. Yeah, how about that? So this is Miss Anne. I lost a lot of this. I also lost another plant actually. So there's that too. Okay, so this one is doing pretty solid. The one with the 2 leaves. This one, I'm gonna put it in there too. It does have a little tiny baby root. But the other part of the plant with, oh yeah, it got dirty. With the 2 leaves, you can see that it has a lot of roots on it in the end. All right, but these are looking good. Now I'm doubting myself and wondering if I should just go get some more cups and like solder them. Yeah, I think that would be the right thing to do. I don't think, because like the potsy, you can get a potsy, but like the Hoya Ann and like my Callistophylla, I don't know. Okay, be right back. Gonna get more cups. So I just literally, now this whole stack has holes at the bottom, which is good. I'm just really hoping that I can even just get a node that grows. Because everybody's Ann looks so good to me. Like I just, oh. And I have other Hoyas right now that are doing well. So I just need them to come out. These ones, I would say specialty to me Hoyas. I just want them to come out and do their biggest one. Cool. So that is now the Ann all done up. But yeah, I only have 2 more. So I did take I had a little piece of, what is this plant? The Multiflora Japonica Thai Splash. Now this one, I'm learning from the other plant, I think it needs to remain moist, which is probably how come it's rooted so nicely in, because it really has. Like I put this in there just before I put the Rosita in there, actually, because I had it trying to grow in like just straight in a mix. Wasn't really enjoying that at first. And that's because I did not know that they don't like to dry out. Now, I should technically grow this in some kind of self-watering setup, but I'll be honest with you, that's not my style. And by self-watering, I don't mean like the self-watering pots, but not my style. I will get some of those, but I think for now, I'll just do my best to keep up with the watering. And then if I get some, if I need new pots, because I don't want to just go buy one pot for this little tiny plant that's not established fully. But I think I just need to keep it moist. So this will probably be one of the plants that is like I'm watering every time I check to water for water plants versus a plant that I think I would water once every 7 to 10 days. But yeah, this is how this one is looking like. And I also do want to say, yeah, this is what this one is looking like. It's a little tiny piece. But this one has stayed green compared to the one that is not, like, it's still rooting. That one is like yellowing completely, even though it's trying to grow. It's just, I think I was not staying on top of the watering. And that one, being that it moved into the perlite and was consistently getting access to moisture, I think was doing fine. But now I've upped the watering. The leaves haven't fallen off, they just yellowed. So we'll see. I'll keep y'all posted. But that's that one. That one definitely wasn't gonna make it in a bigger cup. So yeah, I think these cups are the right way to go. All right, the final one is my Callistophylla. Yeah, there's oh, take me to the king. There is literally no root on that one, barely any. Okay, I just realized I don't even have my gloves on. It is what it is. I'm gonna just make sure I'm pulling and seeing. Okay, I think this one, it's trying its hardest. So this is the roots, and I feel like at 6 weeks, like if that's all you're gonna give me, then I gotta change something up for you, meaning I gotta take you out, and you have a root, so you know, do with that root what you can. This is where I'm at with these plants. Pot that up. And then put in that and secure. Oh, there we go. Bruh, send up thoughts and prayers because I can't. This is what my Callistophylla is now looking like. Okay, I'm gonna clean up real quick and then I'll show y'all the other plants that didn't go in and how they're doing, and then also any updates on ones that didn't like make it. They just didn't. So yeah. All right, y'all, so I just want to give y'all my overall update. So initially I had 11 plants, 11 Hoyas that I had bought from Plant Haven. Of those 11, when I was going through that moment and I realized that there was dry rot, 7 of them had to go into my prop box. Then that number went up to 8. Then that number decreased by 1 because 1 died. And the one that died was my Hoya Jennifer. It just couldn't, I don't know what I was doing wrong or right or whatever. It just wasn't, I couldn't get it to get its life together, and it just kept going downhill no matter what. I changed it from the light perlite to the chunkier perlite. I tried to prop it in cocoa chips. I tried to pop, it just was not. And then eventually it just rotted off and died. And I said, well, that is what it is. And one day maybe I'll get a Jennifer, but I think because the Anne and the Callistophylla and a couple of other Hoyas that I've acquired since, I have that veining. I don't know if it's something that I need, but it's something that I liked. I wanted it, I liked it. Anywho, that's the only one so far that's died. But let me give you updates. So I'll start with the Multiflora Javanica Thai Splash. I did tell y'all that I had this random cutting. So like this is important for y'all to see that how different they're looking. So this is the one that just got potted up from the prop box. And then this is the one that was living in ambient. It gave me, I think, a new leaf, or tried to or something. And then yeah, it didn't survive. It is yellow and then it's getting edema marks, and like, I don't know, I can't figure it out. Someone was telling me that I would have a better chance putting this into semi-hydro, but I'm not there yet. I don't have semi-hydro stuff. Like, a lot of that is expensive to start. I am just not into that. I'm not really into it because I have so many materials for my plants, and I don't want to like start another thing, if that makes sense. And I also get so many mixed reviews about semi-hydro. Like, I know it works for some, it doesn't work for others. I'm just not really necessarily interested in it. So for now, I might try eventually, like, seeing how this one, the prop, as I put it in and keeping up on the watering, if I'm watering it twice a week, I'm gonna see how it does with twice a week watering or consistent moisture. If I'm able to maintain it that way, then I'll just keep going. Because also this one, it started yellowing, and then I learned that it want to dry out, and now it's pushing out. I don't know if you can see at the center there, it's pushing out a low growth point. So I think consistent moisture is not impossible for me, especially given that it will be literally one of very few plants that I'm even watering that frequently. Next, I want to show y'all the kaimuki, because that one didn't have to go in. I'm also showing y'all another yellow leaf, but I don't even know how this one started yellowing. And I've checked, you know, just to see if there's any like pests. But this leaf is very much so new. This one right here. And it also is working on a growth point to give me some more leaves. So this one seems like it's doing fine. The roots are also doing really good in here, if you can see. Like, in that video, I might have changed it from the mix it was in and put it into straight mollies, and it's doing fantastic. So yeah. And then this one I think is doing the best of them all. This is the Forbesii or Forbesii. I still don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Forbesii. It came with these two leaves, and it is rooting into the pot nicely, as y'all can see. I never had to put it in, and then it has given me this monster of a leaf that is actually still soft. Monstrous leaf. Like, are we kidding? Like, are we kidding me? Like, this is my hand and that is the leaf. Monstrous Hoya leaf. I love it. This one is doing really good. I haven't had any struggles. I just water this when it seems like it's drying out. I'm probably watering most of my Hoyas transparently at like between 75% dry, like mostly dry, if that makes sense. Like, almost, you know, not like bone dry, crisped, but definitely not halfway. But now the Javanica is getting more water. So yeah, and then the Rosita was technically on the outside, but it just wasn't doing well. It wasn't looking good. And I put it inside the prop box, and now I see, I think that's a growth tip that wants to do something. I think it wants to do something. So yeah, I'm gonna water all of these up and then cross my fingers that they just do their big one. But yeah, thanks so much for checking in. That's kind of the update. The rest of them are here, and I will probably check back in with y'all another month from now just to see how they are post being potted up and to see who survived. And then also just giving y'all general updates. I did also get another Plant Haven order. I did not record like my unboxing, etc. or anything like that. And I made the executive decision to pot them into what I'm used to immediately, because I do think that the plants came fine. I think I messed up because I repotted them maybe like a weekish after having them, which was not a good idea because I did not know how to maintain the sphagnum moss. And even in that video, you could see some of them that I took out were completely dry, which is not good. That is not good for moss at all. So yeah, anywho, thanks for checking in with me and watching me take some of these pots out of my prop box, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.